here. As always, I love bringing on customers who have been doing our product for some time, hear their stories about how we have been able to help them with their nutritional needs and get inspired by their story. And so this particular edition is no different. I have Sharyn with me, who I'm really excited to talk to her about her story. And so I'm just going to take it away, let her take it away. Hi, Sharyn. How are you today?
I'm great, thanks. And thank you, Franco, for letting me have this opportunity. I'm excited to do this for you.
You know, in some ways, I feel like we've done this before, but this is our first go at it, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes, it
yes,
is.
yes.
Listen, as you know, I love to hear people's stories about what got them going with their nutrition and wanting to be healthy, and why us, and how did that all happen. So, could you just kind of share your story just a little bit with people?
Sure, I'll be glad to. It started about 6, 7 years ago. I was having a conversation with one of your partners and was complaining about getting older. And one of the things was not sleeping like I used to. And I was getting really frustrated. I would go to bed and wake up 3, 4 times during the night, and half the time I couldn't fall asleep, etc. So I was telling him all this, and he said, "Well, you should try our product." I said, "You mean Nourish?" And he goes, "Yeah." I mean, and then I said, "You mean the superfoods?" And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "How's that going to help me sleep?" So he explained to me that the 37 fruits and vegetables, and the minerals, and the vitamins, and the antioxidants, and the detox products that are in there, all of this works with the chemistry in your body. And
Yeah,
he said, and it also helps to produce, what's that word? Melatonin.
melatonin.
Is
Yeah,
that,
correct. Right,
yeah.
right.
And melatonin is what you need to get a good night's sleep. And
Yeah.
so he said it helps your body with their chemistry to produce this, and I promise you, you'll get some good sleep. So, and oh, and he made sure that I knew that it wasn't habit forming, and it wasn't a narcotic of any kind. It's all natural. And because
Yes.
he knew I was concerned about that. So anyway, the first night I tried it, and I always have apple juice and cranberry juice and orange juice in my refrigerator. So I chose apple juice, and I took the scoop that's in the container. And here's the container, by the way. This is what it looks like. I have it with me all the time.
Nice.
Anyway, anyway, so I put a scoop in some juice, and I drank it, and it was fine. I mean, I didn't have any terrible taste or any aftertaste or anything like that. So I took it, and I was very skeptical. Believe me, I was very skeptical. And I went to sleep, and I actually, the first thing I noticed was I fell asleep pretty quick. So you can say, "Oh, well, you probably needed to go to sleep right away." But that wasn't the case. It was a normal night. I hadn't been out late the night before or anything. And I did fall asleep right away. And I slept through the night, and I woke up. And the interesting thing, Franco, the one thing that really struck me right away was that I was energized. I felt energy. I felt I wasn't fatigued. I wasn't tired. I felt like I could do anything I needed to do. I really was energized.
Yeah, that's
Then I
wonderful.
thought to myself, then I thought to myself, this is a fluke. This is just a coincidence. So I decided I was going to give myself 2 weeks to see if this really worked. And if it didn't, I was going to stop. So I kept taking it every night. It wasn't at night. It was more like, right after dinner, that kind of thing. And lo and behold, it was amazing, because every night I went to bed, I fell asleep right away. I slept through the night, except if I had to get up to go to the bathroom, excuse me. But yes, that's a natural thing. And it just did something for me, and my body just felt differently. And he was right. He was 100% right. And he explained to me that it's gluten free, and it's good with diabetics can have it, and all kinds of things that can happen when you use this, because there's nothing that's going to cause a problem for you.
Yeah,
And
right.
so yeah, so I can honestly say, Franco, that I'm glad I had the conversation. It really has worked for me. Maybe I I just wanted it to work, and it just worked so well for me. I'm just so pleased. And so that's my story. And I can say one thing, two things. Try
Mhm.
it. You're going to like it. That's number one. And what have you got to lose? Oh,
Right.
and one more thing. One more thing, and I think this is important too, because not only is it helping me sleep, but all the vitamins and minerals and everything that's in there is also helping my body. So it's like double, it's like duo, like they're helping each other, and everything is working right. Everything is good now. So it's just a dual purpose is what it is, I guess. So
Wow.
that's my story.
That's your story and you're sticking to it.
Oh my God, yes.
Well, I love
Yes.
that. I really love that your willingness to be very transparent about how you approach this because you are like a lot of people unsure as to what this is going to do, if anything, for you. A lot of folks um, want something to happen, and oftentimes when they don't see it happen right away, they just stop using it, and or sometimes they get inhibited by maybe the fact that you have to mix it in with something, and then I know in your case you mix it in with apple juice and it tastes terrific, but some people sometimes put those kind of barriers up, and it makes it really kind of difficult to get beyond that so that they can obviously get the benefits from it because this isn't just kind of like your, take it or leave it drink. It's one of those things that, like you've said, it has so many benefits to you. In your case, you did it because you wanted to sleep better and you educated yourself a little bit more about all the benefits that it was having on your body that allowed you to sleep better and allowed you to have all this energy. But you went the extra mile. Even though you were skeptical, you went the extra mile, but you gave it a chance, and now years later, it's just been doing wonders, and I love that. Um,
Yes.
and I guess you kind of answered the question in terms of what would you tell people if they're on the fence or if they buy the product and they're not sure if they want to continue it, and you basically said those two things. I forget what they were already. I apologize, but what were
Try
they
it.
again?
Oh, try it. You'll like it. And what if you got to lose?
Yeah, try it, try it and you'll like it, or what do you have to lose? And I think most people who do try it find that they do like it and they do want it and they do need it after a time. I know that you've been also a big fan of ours. You've referred people to us and whatnot. And what kind of things do you see that people are lacking these days? I mean, it's obvious with the nutrition, but what are some of the things that you see personally with people who you talk to that you go, gosh, you got to really try this stuff?
You know what I think, Franco? There are so many people out there that are so diet conscious, and that so what they do is they lack putting things in their bodies because they're trying to lose weight. But
That's
in
the point.
reality, yeah, in reality, if they would use this, if they would put this in their diet and do, be moderate with what they eat and what they don't eat, they're going to lose weight. They're going to be okay.
Yeah,
And so I think that's really important also that it's not a diet supplement. It's not going to make you diet
right.
or make you lose weight, but it's going to help you to get the things that you need in your body and that you don't crave things and so on. And it's going to help you in your diet process. That's
Yeah,
what I
wow. Yeah, and that is so true. You've hit another really important piece. I didn't mention that when you said about the melatonin, the body produces that naturally, but when you put this kind of food in, it stimulates the body to produce more of it. So I know in my own personal life, I wasn't always the healthiest sleeper. And I had a lot of stress, and I would go to bed with just a million and one things on my mind. And I carry that through the night with me. And having this nutrition sort of go in and help the body to sort of function properly, to shut down properly, and boost itself up in the morning. I've never slept better. I sleep just so soundly, and it sounds like you sleep like a baby now.
and
And
the deep sleep.
is
It's
it?
not. It's that one that you go way down or whatever. I don't
Yeah,
know.
right. No, it's a very, very deep sleep. And
Yes.
oftentimes when people do, if they get there, they come out of it and they're groggy and stuff, but you don't. Your body just starts naturally to kick in just perfectly. And as far as the weight loss goes, yeah, again, a great point. All the nutrition that you put in your body is to help clear out your system, allow your cells to function optimally. And when they do that, they communicate properly and they help the body to naturally, as you pointed out, it naturally starts to not crave the things that it used to crave.
Exactly.
Because a craving is a craving. It's not necessarily doing anything good for your body. In fact, in most cases, when it comes to cravings, it's not something that your body wants something that it really shouldn't have, but it's somewhat addicted to it. And this helps you to break some of those habits. In fact, it helps you to break all of them if you really, really set your mind to it. So it's another great point. So listen, you've been a wealth of information in just a few minutes that we've had a chance to talk.
Just over for
Anything
you.
anything else that you'd like to share with people before we head off?
Two things. Can I, number one, take over from you? Take over your job now?
Oh, I love it. No, I mean, actually, I do. I've had a really good time, a great time actually meeting people and getting to know their stories.
Yeah.
But maybe we might have to take this show on the road together in some way, shape, or form.
And
Oh,
number two, I think it's important for you to tell people, because I know this about you, that there was something that you were suffering with when you first started my Nourish, and it's really helped you. Is that not correct?
that is, and that's actually, thanks for bringing it up. It is something that I will be sharing more in future segments. The whole story of how we created our company with Bob, one of the owners, co-owners, and founders, having diabetes and overcoming a lot of that by doing these natural approaches and dietary supplements and myself with the rheumatoid arthritis, where I basically don't have, I'm pretty much symptom free, haven't had any issues for about 10 years, walked away from the doctor's office, and never looked back. My wife, Sharyn, with her MS, who's been able to manage that without having to rely on heavy medication. She hasn't relied on any medication whatsoever. So there's a lot of great stories there, and it's what inspired us to create it, which is why we're doing this segment so that we can hear everybody else's inspiring stories. So thank you for bringing that up, and we do want to share that more with people going forward.
And one more last thing I was just going to say, that, I think people shouldn't be fooled. There's so many things on the market now, these gummies that everybody's tasting and they think it's so terrific and this and that. Just all I'm saying is just be cautious and just remember that superfoods is exactly what it is. It's fruits and vegetables, it's all natural, and it will work. If you give it a chance, it's going to work for you.
Thanks. And yeah, we've had actually this discussion with some of the other people that I've interviewed, and it's a good one to always bring up. And that is that, um, you get what you get when you buy gummies and stuff like that. You get what you get, and it's really that simple. And the message should be pretty clear. Nutrition is something that shouldn't be taken lightly or an afterthought, or try to make it so simple that you eat it in the form of a gummy or something. But you get what you get. So anyway, thank you so much for your time and wisdom and insight and all that good stuff. And folks, if you have a story that you want to share with us, I would love to hear it. Or you might just get a random phone call from me one of these days asking if you would like to do that anyway, to share your story about your nutrition with everybody here in the Nourish Nation. So until the next time, I really appreciate you tuning into this. Share our story if you like. Let us know what you think. And we'll go from there. We'll talk to you very, very soon. Thank you so much, Sharyn.